happy 4th of July to all of our rootin' tootin' Americans. We're going to be blowing stuff up. We're going to be grilling up all sorts of different meats today. Just kidding. It's actually time for Figure It Out. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys? Happy 4th of July. Strap in before tonight and watch this video in the morning. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Because today we are talking about the most frustratingly common sense, easy figures that Hasbro could do. They have the means to do it, but for some reason, they just refuse to do these figures.
Right.
And it makes no sense.
Yeah, these are going to be some real common sense picks. A lot of you probably know most of these already, but you know what? It's before the 4th of July. We got traveling to do. It's time for easy content video, all right?
It is time for easy content, and there's been a few examples of these figures that are in our list where it's just crazy that something like Hot Toys puts it out, but Black Series can't.
That's true.
So hit like, subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about the Black Series here on the channel. The idea here is Hasbro could very easily do it. So I don't just mean straight up repaints, although there are repaints on this list. It could mean a figure that literally just needs a couple new pieces. Mm-hmm. Such as our first pick here, which is the Phase 1 clone pilot from Attack of the Clones. This figure got a Hot Toy.
Of course.
And the more and more I looked at it, and I also confirmed in the Discord with all of our cloners in there, I was like, guys, is this just a Phase 1 clone trooper with a new helmet and a glued-on chest box? And they were like, pretty much.
Perfect.
So they've done this before with Hawk.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Just do it again. Chest box, new helmet.
Except for this time, it's Phase 1, so it's even better, because I love that Phase 1 pilot. The Phase 1 pilot looks so good. This would be easy, so simple. I'm surprised we don't have it already.
Yeah, and you're all about that Phase 1 supremacy.
Well, yeah.
You're like the OG Phase 1 supremacy, I feel like.
I mean, it's just so peak. It's the first time we ever saw the clone troopers. I also really like the specialty troopers, even if you look at something from Tartakovsky Clone Wars, where the ARC troopers are once again basically just in the Phase 1 armor, just a couple little extra bits.
Yeah, I was in the Phase 2 camp for the longest time, but you've converted me, because I just feel like Phase 2 might be too close to Stormtroopers, but Phase 1 maintains that this is a different era, but it's just peak space fantasy military.
Yeah.
To me, love the more T-visor, Mando-ish design.
Yep.
Would you want a reflective visor, a vac metal visor, to make it specifically Attack of the Clones on these?
That would be sick. I would 100% back the vac metal visor. Let's jump to the OT, Justin, and talk once again about the Imperial Gunner. We're not going to shut up about this.
Never.
Vintage Collection has it. We don't. Balance the scales, etc., etc., but to reiterate, this would literally be a super simple, easy figure for them to make.
Yeah, someone pointed out, was it Stray Otogunga or someone in the Discord, that Bodhi Rook actually has super similar legs to the Imperial Gunner design.
Okay.
I might have that flip-flopped with something else, but the point being, this would be a pretty easy kit bash of sorts. They would just need to make a new overlay, a new helmet, solid helmet sculpt, please. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be that big of a deal for Hasbro, and they've made so many other Imperial troopers, so this one just seems like such a common sense, easy pickup.
Right. It's one of the last Imperial troopers that we really need from the original trilogy.
True, it's that AT-ST driver and the Imperial Stormtrooper rocket jetpack when the Falcon is getting going into the dock.
Yeah. Or if you want to be super technical, the snowtrooper officer.
Yeah. The scanning crew, the gray uniform of the scanning crew.
Yeah. So I mean, let's
get them all.
Yeah, there's just a few left, and I think the Imperial Gunner is just one of the coolest, iconic trooper designs from the original trilogy.
And they're in all three.
Yeah.
So This is probably like one of my most desirable Black Series figures. I'd be curious to see what our top 10 wish list is going to be come 2026.
Yeah.
Our next pick is an absolute classic. It is the 212th Airborne. They are so iconic from Revenge of the Sith. We've been in a Revenge of the Sith mood. But most importantly, in the context of the Black Series, we straight up have this helmet, Nate.
True.
The Purge Trooper.
It's not 100% accurate to the Airborne, but it is very close. Close enough. For someone like me and you, I think it'd be totally fine. But I hear 212 Hunter typing right now.
Does he say that?
I hear him.
I didn't know that.
I hear him clacking away. It's not the same. It's slightly different.
Shit.
But it's close enough to where I would personally accept them to reuse that helmet to give us the 212th Airborne, just because it's one of those figures where it's like, where is this?
We also have a beautiful 2023 Phase 1 body sculpt.
Yeah.
The legs, the torso, the arms, the shoulder armor, the knee armor, everything is like great on that figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be so down to get this with like the extra bits, like the ammo canister pouches thing, the comma.
Yep.
Give me all the bits.
Right. Isn't there like a bag or something, like a strap and
a little satchel, little purse?
Yeah. He's got a purse for some reason. But yeah, this one would be super easy, super simple, and it would literally fly off the shelves. All right, I'm taking us back to the original trilogy, and we are discussing a new Luke Skywalker. Another Luke. Really, Justin?
But hear us out. This is crazy. True. Quick shout out to Adam. Of course, I already knew of this issue, but he highlighted it to me. He reminded me of it when coming up with some of these picks. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, this was infamously a Rancor stretch goal. And obviously the Rancor did not fund, so we never got to see this figure come to the light of day. But they have used that body to make many, many Luke Skywalkers.
Yes.
Every Mando Luke, the Return of the Jedi Throne Room Luke that we got recently, all of those on this updated body.
Book of Boba Fett Luke.
True. So the one that remains is Jabba's Palace Luke, which is Luke with the tunic on, the brown robe.
No belt.
Yes.
And flesh-tone hands.
Right.
For both hands.
Yes.
See, this is where we get you, because to take it even further, the imports have not even tackled this specific look of this figure. Neither the most recently released SH Figuarts or the Mafex.
Right.
Technically, every single recent modern figure of Luke is not the Jabba's Palace specific look of Luke. Because I know what you're thinking, just use Mando Fleet Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Or Light Cruiser. What is it? Light Cruiser?
I think it's Light Cruiser.
Light Cruiser from Mando, but technically that is not the same design. Not even Jedi Knight Luke from the end of the film is the same design that he's wearing at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. So to reiterate, we need, got my note here, only the tunic, no belt, and brown robes, and again, no gloves.
Yep.
So we need flesh-tone hands. Very specific. Got to make sure we get that right for this video. And really, it just highlights that they weren't kidding that if this Rancor doesn't fund, we're just straight up not giving you this figure.
Right.
Hasbro L on that. That I hate the concept of paywalling it behind a thing that never got made.
Right.
What?
And I feel like on a technicality, since we have got that version of Luke in the Black Series in the past, it's like, why can't you offer it again? Because it's already been something that was available wide. It was a Walmart exclusive initially, but it was pretty easy to get if you were collecting all the way back then. But I don't know. This is a real head scratcher, because I think people would really be interested in this version of Luke, ourselves included.
Yeah, I'd pick up this figure of Luke, because the one that we did get, the Walmart exclusive, like you said, it's not a good figure.
Yeah, it's outdated.
So we need this look of Luke, but on the modern body sculpt. Mm-hmm. But they literally refused to do it, I guess because they weren't kidding when they said, you won't get these tiers if the Rancor doesn't succeed. And it did not succeed. These last two They're just repaints, and we've talked about them a lot on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
And they are so painfully common sense, frustratingly so, as the title suggests. So first, let's talk about the B1 Battle Droid rankings. Let's talk Commander and Security.
Yes.
Yellow circle, little bit of yellow up here. Security, little bit of red.
Yep.
Hasbro, like, what are you doing? Really, Hasbro?
When you look at the B1 battle droids, it's kind of shocking that they haven't done these, because we know Hasbro loves to do the easiest, most low effort repaints possible. And these two have been staring at us in the face since the B1 battle droid came out all those years ago, way back in the red and black box line. We've been sitting here scratching our heads going, are we ever going to get the Commander or what?
That is crazy. I didn't even think about how this is a red and black box figure.
Yeah.
And the most funny thing about this, or most frustrating thing about this, is that they have done every other repaint under the sun.
Like,
Republic Commando. That's like a head-to-toe repaint.
Right. Like, I love Republic Commando, but, like, you got to be kidding me that we got that repaint before we got the Commander.
Jedi Survivor B1 repaints.
Right. There's so many that are just kind of random and off, more like deeper cut, I should say. More deeper cut.
Even the heavy battle droid, like the heavy B1 from Battlefront 2 2017 is kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of a deepish cut.
Right.
Compared to something that's from the Phantom Menace, the prequel trilogy, the Clone Wars. Like, it's just yellow circle.
Right.
Like, do they really think, like, oh, that wouldn't be that desirable because it's just a yellow circle and a little bit of yellow? No, I want them.
Yeah, I don't see a real reason why they haven't done them, because it seems like every time the battle droid comes out, it does fine. You know,
right.
the re-releases, stick it in with a 2-pack. Why not do a droid 2-pack or 3-pack and include the blue coloring?
Yeah, I think that's the pilot.
Yeah, give us a droid 3-pack. Give us the Commander, the Security, and the pilot all at once.
That'd be a great, like, one and done army builder set.
Right.
And 9 is the name of the droid. He's so, like, prevalent in the Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're watching the beginning or the end scene in Naboo, it's just very prevalent, and that's like, I know it's not super iconic, but it's like Phantom Menace.
Listen,
iconography, you know.
Bro got a figure and they put his name on the box. He's not just called Battle Droid Commander.
True.
So all the way back in '99, Bro's had a name. So I feel like bare minimum we should have the Commander.
Mm-hmm.
And to build off that, for our last pick here, it is the Phase 1 Clone Trooper rankings. Where's the Sergeant? Where's the Lieutenant? Where's the Commander? Where's the Captain?
Seriously, bro.
These are brainless, simple, easy repaints that, yes, we technically have these figures, but they're so old and outdated. You know, that Phase 1, old body.
Yeah, the 2013 sculpt.
Yeah, the 2013
and
sculpt.
They're not afraid to remake figures on the more modern sculpt. They did the 332nd.
Right.
From Clone Wars Season 7, the Phase 2. That was originally a Walmart exclusive on the 2020 sculpt. Then they did a Target exclusive 2-pack on the 2023 Clone Trooper sculpt. This is, like, so unbelievably common sense. Frustratingly so, as I've said so many times in this video.
Ding.
Probably to an obnoxious amount, so I apologize for that. But I don't get it. They've never done a correct lieutenant, because it's never been the right shade of blue.
Right.
So the Walgreens one is wrong, and then also the Target 2-pack is just a 501st Phase 1, so I don't get that.
Yep.
And the Captain being the red, so visually striking. It's prevalent in Attack of the Clones. The Commander, probably my favorite, the yellow one.
Yep.
Has a speaking role with Yoda, even. I love Phase 1 clones so much, kind of a common theme.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that just, it's kind of similar with the pilot, but even more so on this one, we have a beautiful Phase 1 clone trooper in the Black Series.
Right.
Why? Why can't they do this?
It seems so simple. Canon repaints. Canon
Repaints on screen celebrating the prequel trilogy. It's clone troopers. Clones sell no matter what, and this is like minimal paint.
Right.
I'm not even asking for the Kashyyyk scout trooper, bro.
Stripe up the arms and stripe on the helmet and 4 or 5 dots on the chest.
I'm not an industry expert, but it can't be that expensive of a figure. I mean, they do new sculpts all the time in Black Series. You're telling me they can't do some slam dunk? Give me a 4-pack of the Lieutenant, Sergeant, Captain, and Commander.
Yeah.
Phase 1. They're all the same exact figure. Same paint design, just different color.
Right.
Give me the 4-pack.
It'd be so easy. Like you said earlier, the new Phase 1 clone trooper on that 2023 body.
It'd be so good, too.
Such a good representation of the Phase 1 clone trooper. So these would just be awesome. We'd finally be able to like properly articulate them and pose them and put them in cool action poses as opposed to the original 4 where they're just...
Yeah. I'll say it. I think this might be one of my most desirable things in the entire line, and they're literally cheap repaints. Which is crazy to say, but I love theatrical clones so much, so I want them.
Yep, we need them. We absolutely need them, and especially for new collectors, because let's face it, those old figures are a little tough to track down. You got to buy a 4-pack for one of them.
Yeah.
The other 2 are single releases. The
Blue
other
line figures, so...
Yeah, exactly. So I think it would just be a great opportunity to just remake these and get them out once again.
But definitely let us know in the comments down below what ideas you have for figures that Hasbro could do that are just like, again, frustratingly common sense, like just easy slam dunks for Hasbro. And again, the theme for this video is that they could like easily do, like kind of keep that in mind, because obviously there's tons of figures they could do that would sell.
Right.
But what are some like just really easy common sense ones they could do?
Let's see some notepad emojis down there.
Oh, I want to see them.
And with that being said, that's all we've got for you on this week's episode of Figure It Out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about the Black Series here on the channel. And if you are in a position to help support us directly, we do also offer a couple different channel membership tiers. Check those out in the description down below. And while you're there, join that Discord. That one is totally free, and it's a great way to get connected with us and other like-minded members of the community. We also got to give a huge shout out and a special thank you to all of our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated, and thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.